Hello, everyone. My name's Dawson, and welcome to the Nerd Post podcast. We just got done watching Venom. We are Venom, and so we want to break this down for you, give you a little bit of the information. This is going to be spoiler heavy, so make sure that if you have not seen the movie yet,
Go see it.
go see it. Yeah, I guess because I mean we still want you to watch this video.
Definitely see it before watching it.
But well, I guess we'll start off with that. Like, did you like the movie?
I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Yeah,
I definitely did. Yeah. I didn't know what to expect going into it.
Yeah.
Even from watching two trailers, the first one that really didn't have any Venom in it, and the second one that had a lot of Venom in it. I still didn't know what to expect because they kind of didn't really give you a storyline. You just saw a lot of Venom eating people or thrashing stuff. But you know, I enjoyed it. Before I went to go see it, someone told me that it was funny, and this guy said his girlfriend
take you off a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. I was like, I didn't know it was supposed to be a comedy, and he was like, yeah, my girlfriend said that it's funnier than Deadpool, and I was like, what?
Wow.
And then I'm like, okay, so I didn't know what to expect really then at that point when I'm going into it, but I was thinking, okay, this is gonna be funny somehow, so be prepared to laugh.
Yeah.
But so it was funny. But it wasn't funnier than Deadpool with me. And it wasn't supposed to be.
So to give you guys some context, the movie is directed by Ruben Fleischer. Fleischer?
Yes.
And he's done Zombieland. He's done Santa Clarita Diet, if you guys have ever seen that on Netflix. And those shows are funny. Like, they did have a lot of comedy in them. Yeah. So I can see where people, like, I mean, and there was some comedy aspects to the movie, for sure. But, you know, I know a lot of people went into this movie thinking, oh, this is going to be the R-rated Marvel movie that connects with the MCU in some way.
Right.
They wanted it to be something. Yeah, exactly. Did we get the Marvel or did we get the Venom movie we wanted? I don't know. I mean, I will say that I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was like a fun, action-packed movie, and I feel like Tom Hardy did amazing. He was incredible. Every scene with him was fantastic. I don't feel a lot of chemistry between him and the female lead.
Yeah, I didn't feel it.
I didn't get that. Like, it felt almost a little rushed. And then him and the female lead's new Dan. Yeah. You know, like I like that felt a little weird. Yeah, like exactly. it was just trying to push it. Forced. And but Hardy was great in all those scenes. Definitely. He was great whenever it came to any of those scenes, but it just fell apart when it came to them trying to kind of, oh, now I'm just friends with the boyfriend and stuff, and I didn't really get that. I wasn't really feeling that. That being said, I guess we'll jump to my favorite part of the movie completely is the Venom and Tom Hardy talking to each other. Yeah, that was like like Venom being in his head, him having conversations with Venom in his head was great. Yes, and Tom Hardy played that perfectly. That was fantastic. It was well done, and it was. I mean, it showed that, you know, I mean, they got a great actor, so they got Tom Hardy, someone who can do fantastic work. So I know that it like, you know, there was great possibilities. Right,
it had potential.
The script unfortunately seemed to be what was the downfall of the movie.
Fell a little short.
Yeah. I don't know if you agree with this. I don't know if it needed more wit or whatever, but yeah, and I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of the villain.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it would maybe. I honestly, and nothing against the actor. The actor played it well, but I don't think I don't think it was cast accurately. Like,
probably.
As far as, I mean, he seemed just like kind of like he was supposed to be kind of like a young Elon Musk, kind of trying to figure out like a huge solution for Earth's problem.
Right.
And I get that. So I mean, we start off the movie with Eddie Brock getting he's doing well. Yes. He's doing well. He's successful in his career. He's great in the reporting. But then we jump straight into he gets kind of taken over by he's trying to get some information on this villain,
on this
and
Elon Musk villain guy,
and going back channels to do it. Yes. And he meets he gets approached by the doctor that works with him, and she kind of gives him some background information saying like, oh look, he's taking homeless people because he's got these symbiotes, and he is trying now to like experiment to try to see if he can get them to like fuse together, and whether or not trying to find the perfect,
the better human.
Exactly. Because he's saying that humans, like, you know, our vessels are weak. Yeah, yes. we aren't good. So he's not a fan. Yeah. And going forward, he tries to infiltrate. He works with her, and then that's kind of how the whole symbiote process happens. Right. He gets in there. He tries to help one of the homeless people, one of the homeless women that he has known for a while, and that's kind of how the Venom attaches to him. So
he saw him as a very reliable source, or reliable host.
Yes. Yeah. Again, I can't stress, like, all that interaction I really liked. And the action I really liked. I really did like the action. I liked, like, you know, when he first when he had the bad guy, like, cops essentially come into his apartment to try to like figure out and interrogate him and bring him in, and Venom kind of comes out for the first time. That was a great scene. I really liked it. I thought it was I thought it was cool. I thought it was really fun, and everything.
Dodging of bullets.
Like
convenience.
The automatic like response to all the attacks and everything.
Also felt like Spidey sense.
Yes.
Like he was knowing that something was coming and ready to prepare for it.
Because the one thing we didn't see in this movie was any kind of web slinging.
No web slinging.
There was no web slinging. So that was, I was kind of waiting for that. I thought maybe we'd get some, web slinging action. But we didn't. So
this is where I think I find confusion, because I believe that, and I like that they touched on the fact that they were a space alien species, they have their own actual species.
It came from like another planet, and they found them
actually on a comet. So
it just, I mean, that point of like the definition just was kind of brushed over at the very beginning of the movie.
It was, yes. But to have that dynamic of knowing that they come from space, and I don't know how this happened. How did Venom become a web shooter?
Yeah.
Being that he's his own species and whatnot.
Well,
so are we mixing movies?
Because now we're getting into like
books?
Like in the comics, he had mixed with Spider-Man and like connected with him, and then he separated from Spider-Man or Peter Parker and went to Eddie Brock. Well, he took those powers or he took those abilities to Eddie Brock.
Okay, makes sense.
Now, in this movie, we obviously we don't have our Tom Holland. We don't have that character. I was a little bit waiting around to see
Tom Holland.
I really did, man. I really did. I thought it was gonna happen. I thought maybe we were gonna get like some kind of just like cameo scene of something, but we did not.
I saw a fan made picture earlier of Venom holding Tom Holland by the neck with the suit on and just no mask on. I was like, that was fun.
Okay, I guess my main concern is that so when you're watching the movie, you go and you see the previews and you see the two ending teaser trailer or teasers or whatever post credit scenes.
2 post credit scenes.
And what upset me, I guess, was that I was more excited about the Spider-Man animated movie than what I had just watched.
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse.
I was so excited about that Spider-Man animated movie that I was like, man, I wish that's what I was watching right now. And again, nothing against Tom Hardy.
He literally said,
"There's
if
nothing."
they keep playing this, I'm gonna sit here all night and watch it.
I will sit here and watch it all night. Like if they're gonna play it, like if the end scene is a 2-hour movie,
you're there.
Here I am.
You're there.
I'm right here. Let's do this. Let's go. But no, I mean, let's not jump too far forward. So, we had some great action. We had some. I did like, again, like I said, I think the funniest thing was Tom Hardy and Venom talking to each other. There was some great interaction with that. A lot of people really dogged on his voice. And I really, at first when I heard it, I was like, oh man, he's doing a weird voice. I didn't really feel it during the movie though. I thought that his voice was okay during the movie.
I think I had read somewhere that what is wrong with his voice, but I didn't know it was talking about the actual movie. I thought it was just in general. He has a weird
we know
voice,
that,
but I don't know.
Yeah, we know that. We know that he does, like, he gets into voices and stuff like that for all his different. Yeah, some Bane action. We know he does voices and everything, but for this one, I felt like it was appropriate because I liked his more normal, simple voice for his character. And then because it is him actually doing the Venom voice. It is him doing the Venom voice, which I thought was awesome. And his Venom voice I thought was great. Like, there were times, of course, that you're gonna like it's hard to understand and stuff like that, but
you make it out.
Yeah, you make it out, and it wasn't that big a deal, and I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. We do see some other symbiotes, in the movie. Not as many as we wanted, but the main antagonist is Riot, and he comes out in full force when he gets taken over by his symbiote, and that's kind of the main battle between the two.
And apparently he's a warrior.
He's a warrior, and it was made very clear by Venom, by when he was talking to the Eddie Brock character. He was like, look, we're not gonna beat this guy. Like, he's the real deal. He's pretty hardcore,
and I'm a loser like you.
And I'm a loser like you. That is so funny, man. I thought that was so funny. What a good line. I thought I liked it. I like that you have this like Venom character that you're like, oh my god. And he's like, no, I'm just a loser. No, I'm no big deal. I
submit to you.
Yeah, it's no big deal. But the fight scene seemed kind of Bryan Singer to me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
No,
like,
I get it.
It was very clippy, very like I mean I liked it. At the same time, it felt very like it felt like I was watching the Transformers, where everything was close and very cutscene, and I couldn't really focus on exactly what was happening.
I understand.
But
I got that too.
But then you of course have like the push out cutscenes of them talking, and then you get the actual comedic timing or whatever the case may be, and it's again overall I liked the movie. I thought it was pretty good. It felt a little rushed getting to the plot line. I'm so enthralled in the Marvel universe. The MCU, that this felt a little bit more Spider-Man, like old Spider-Man movies kind of
just
feel.
within modern,
Yeah, like Tobey Maguire, all that kind of stuff, and not necessarily the new.
New age Spider-Man.
It was immediate right off the bat. You like see this the title pages come up, and you see in association with Marvel, not like Marvel Studios, not Marvel Studios, and that's it. Like it was in association with Marvel, so it was very already kind of put off. Like this is not a Marvel MCU movie. That was a little kind of disconcerting. But we knew that going into it. We knew that was going to be the case already. But that's kind of what it felt like. It felt like almost like the older Spider-Man movies to me.
Yeah, Sony was written all over it. I mean,
Sony was, yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was definitely their baby, and they're trying to take over and make their own stamp on the market. I just don't know if they actually made that stamp though. Let me ask you this: do you see a sequel? We saw in the post-credit scene. Just so you guys know, there is a post-credit scene that does involve Woody Harrelson, Cletus Cassidy. So we have Woody Harrelson playing Cletus Cassidy in jail. Full like mop of red hair, and Eddie Brock coming in to interview him. That was the I landed the biggest interview of all time and stuff. And he goes in, he interviews him, and he's like, if you I forgot.
If you want me to turn on the crazy,
if you want me to turn on the crazy, you're gonna get Carnage. And so it was very obvious that like Carnage was going to be a part of it. Now, we already knew at the beginning of the movie they had talked about they had 4 specimens
of symbiotes,
yes. But one of them had gotten away. They knew that one of the specimens had gotten away in the crash. And I know that's Carnage. It's got to be Carnage. So that's got to be he's like going out somewhere. And I mean, in a way I feel like this is Thor #1. If you watch the original Thor, it's a very rushed movie.
It's gonna change if there is a sequel and a third.
I feel like it can go up. I feel like you have the cast.
You can.
I feel like you have the cast.
Do more.
And it has the potential to go up. I mean, look what Thor: Dark World people were not super happy with. Let's be honest. I didn't really have a super problem with it. I thought it was a little bit better, to be honest, personally, than Thor #1. Thor #1 to me felt like a commercial for Avengers. It was just let's get this character out here so we can introduce him, and now he's because we want the Avengers movie. Not so much, not shitting on them, but not so much like DC has done. DC has been a little bit worse about it, but it felt a little rushed getting him in. Like, let's just like have. He's just blowing up this town, and he doesn't have his hammer, and it felt a little rushed to me. Dark World, at least we got to see some Thor action.
We did.
Whatever your opinion is, a lot of people think that Thor: The Dark World is the worst
one.
Now, I mean, I think we can all agree that Ragnarok was far and beyond the best one that's ever been made. One of the best Marvel movies. And I guess I kind of feel like that this was Thor 1. So it got rushed out, they only took 8 months to make it.
It was
announced very quick.
And I was like, we're having a
film. It was very quick. Once they announced it, I think it was like 8 months later that they actually like released the movie, and that's an insane quick amount of time, especially for a movie that has so many special effects and visual effects. So I felt they just wanted to get it out. Now, what they're going to do with it now, now that there is the merger with Fox and Disney, whether Venom will be actually in the actual universe, who knows? Yeah, I don't even really care too much. I would be fine if he had his own movie, like trilogy,
on universe, whatever.
I feel if Tom Hardy had his own trilogy going forward.
They said he signed up for multiple movies for Venom.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, for three movies.
We shall see. Do you think Riot is actually dead?
Ooh,
they say the thing that kill him is sound and fire, or that can harm him. I think he exploded, but
he exploded. So I mean, they could easily pull it off as like, he died. I think. My personal opinion would be that he died.
Yeah, I think so.
And they're going to
move on.
I mean, they're going to move on with Carnage or another character.
Yeah.
Because I thought that they were going to actually introduce a lot more of the symbiotes than we got. Because they had pulled 4 that we knew of, but they didn't really show all of them. We got female Venom, which was kind of awesome. That was pretty awesome.
Would that be a Venoma?
So that I mean that was pretty cool just to really see that. But I mean, pretty much the movie was about Venom versus Riot. I mean that was it. I mean we didn't get like, oh, we have all these other like villains that we're going to be introducing and stuff until that last post-credit scene. So I think going forward we're going to be seeing a movie that has Carnage maybe mixed in with maybe another maybe we get another villain at the same time.
I think
if they can make something where I honestly I don't even know if I want it to be mixed in with the MCU. Because and this is the big controversy, is it should be an R-rated movie.
It should.
This was supposed to be an R-rated movie, and they wrote it as an R-rated movie, and it came out, and they were like, okay, we're gonna do PG-13. And I noticed it in the movie because you see Venom like biting heads off. But you don't see it. It's off camera, bite head off, throw body around the room.
I have seen one.
And where is like the splatter of blood that like follows after you bite a head off? And I was just like, did he bite that? Did he bite the head off? I wasn't sure if that was actually what he did.
Until after you know it, you were like, oh, I guess he bit his head off.
I guess he bit his head off. Yeah. So I mean, what's your thought? I mean, should we be getting is it possible to get a Venom R-rated movie now, even though we already had a PG-13?
Yeah, because I mean, this should have been R. Just make the next one R and bring on some blood.
Yeah,
doesn't have to be gorish, but
I mean, we already saw that it's proven that you can have a Deadpool movie that's a comedy, but still very gory and very graphic. We had a Logan movie that was a very serious drama movie, but also very gory. It's a proven thing. If you're going to do these standalone movies, which is fine, I have no problem with these standalone movies, but if you're gonna do them and you want to do them right, it's a fucking movie called Venom. Like, I mean, Jesus, like, he's one of the most like ridiculously terrifying creatures in the Marvel universe.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if I want to, like you say, I don't know if you want to mix him in with the MCU, because
he would not you're absolutely right.
He would everything.
Yeah, he would not mix with like the Avengers.
And that's really how
stuff.
they did with the Civil War. I mean, Civil War. Was it Civil War? Yeah. Or Ultron. Civil War. Hulk and Thor were missing.
Yeah.
The two biggest guns. Because they can annihilate everything.
Yeah.
As you saw Thor come in Avengers Infinity War and kick ass. Like, so it's hard to put those in a movie together, I guess, with the Scarlet Witches or the Natashas and the real people, the humans.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
I get it. Standalone movies should be rated R. Should be more.
I mean, I get that they're trying to reach. I mean, it's comic books, so they're trying to reach that, middle audience and everything. But
like even before you even got there, they were given like the rundown of Venom and where it came from and his species and the planet and how he came to our planet to be. To do good, to take over our bodies, to be good. They were helping our bodies to last a little longer. And then that turned into something else. They lost their ways because they wanted to take over or whatever.
Yeah, well, even though I did feel it rushed, I thought that it was still a cool premise that Venom, after he meshed with Eddie Brock, he was like, you know what? I like you. Like, I get you now. He obviously had been through the mind of Eddie Brock, and he was like, look, like, I understand now. Like, we need to stop this from happening. We can't let this happen. If my species comes here, I'm the loser. If my species comes here, they're just going to wipe out your entire race. And I like you. I want you to survive, and we can survive together.
Right.
I thought that was a pretty. I mean, a cool way to do it, and a cool way to
transition from.
Because at the beginning it was just survival mode completely at the very beginning. To let's just be one with each other.
I got your back. You got my back. Kick some ass,
no, it was. I did like it. I thought it was really good. I mean, I would definitely recommend seeing it. Definitely go watch it if you have the chance. It is a good movie. It's fun. It feels like a summer blockbuster, even though we're kind of past summer.
I'm gonna always say that Marvel movies are good, no matter what. So
little biased.
Take mine with a grain of salt and whatever. But
I think both of us are kind of just so you guys are aware. Both of us are kind of of the mind that we're a little bit more positive about movies than a lot of other like reviewers. A lot of people that are kind of very negative.
I'll just tell you what I like.
We'll point out the negative, but if it gives me any kind of entertainment, if it gives me any kind of joy when I'm sitting there watching it, and maybe the script's bad, maybe like the plot line is like kind of dumb, it's kind of dumb.
But I got the action that I wanted to see.
I got to see Venom on screen.
Exactly.
I got to see something I grew up in my childhood reading the comics, reading Spider-Man, reading Venom comic books, and seeing that on screen in fruition. Of course. Let's go do it. Yeah. So, but
it was good. I mean,
definitely go see it. Yeah, definitely go see it. I hope they make another one.
I hope they do.
I hope they keep Tom Hardy. I hope they push Tom Hardy to a different level. I feel like there's so much more of that character to get to. Even though I think he did it brilliant. Like, what he had to work with, he did well. What he had to work with script wise, he was able to make it comedic. But I guess that's where it kind of fell apart. Was this a comedy? Was this a serious movie? Was this a horror movie? They were kind of like you were saying. They were like talking about it being a horror movie, and everyone's like, "Okay, what kind of movie is
1.5 horror scenes?"
Yeah, what kind of movie is this? Is it is it this? Is it that?
Hard to gauge at the beginning.
Yeah,
Now
but good. I mean,
I think they did. In association with Marvel, has done it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they haven't let us down yet. in my eyes. I think that they're really kind of knocking it out of the park, and they know exactly what they're doing. Now this is a Marvel / Sony movie, so like I said at the beginning, I felt like this was more of a Sony Spider-Man movie than it was a. And I just rewatched all the Spider-Man movies, and I was just like, oh shit, I like forgot how these were. So I mean, you can definitely see the difference between a Marvel Iron Man movie versus a Spider-Man movie and stuff like that. And I'm not talking about graphics, and obviously there's generational gaps when it comes to the CGI and everything of that nature, but I'm talking about like the content, the actual story, the plot, the script, the acting. I mean, nothing against Tobey Maguire, but a little bit against Tobey Maguire. It wasn't horrible, but Tom Holland is my fucking Spider-Man. He is fucking the best Spider-Man. And I've rewatched I actually recently went through all the Spider-Man movies, every single Spider-Man movie. I rewatched them all, and because I was also watching the Spider-Man video game. If you guys get a chance,
that's good.
Check out some reviews. I'm gonna actually probably talk about this on the next podcast in a little bit more depth, because I spent hours watching the Spider-Man video game, and it is amazing. But it just made it more clear to me that Tom Holland is my Spider-Man. Like I grew up with Tobey Maguire, and I actually liked the Amazing Spider-Man a little bit more, to be honest. I thought it felt like it was the character a little bit more, even though he's a little bit too old to be Spider-Man. He felt like he was a little bit, I like Tom Holland's age and youngness and immaturity and innocence of the character, which is pretty awesome.
I mean, Garfield gave it to you.
Garfield was, Garfield had that older, quick wit and stuff, and he had that really snappy comedic timing, which I thought was, to be honest, better than Tobey Maguire. That being said, I mean, there's some scenes of Tobey Maguire that I still fucking. We're gonna get into a lot more later, guys, and I'm gonna let you know right now. I am the most emotional guy. I fucking cry at everything. So there's fucking the scene of fucking Tobey Maguire stopping the train and then getting carried back, and then the kids bringing him his mask, even though it makes no fucking logical sense how they actually had his mask. I put that aside and I weep like a fucking baby because I'm like, oh my god, this is the cutest scene in the entire world. Like, the city's coming together to fucking support their Spider-Man and stuff. I love that. I thought it was great. So I have love for all the Spider-Man movies and everything, but Tom Holland, fuck man, I'm just so excited for the next one to come out. So I won't keep talking about that. This is a breakdown of Venom. Great movie. I hope that okay, what do you think? Are we gonna see a crossover at all of DCU and Venom after this movie, or is it going to be standalone? It's going to be standalone.
I think he'll probably be going around the city doing his own thing, and we see webs hanging around, and that's how they'll include. So Spider-Man.
You'll think it'll be kind of like the Netflix, yes, crossover where the event in New York, and so it'll be mentioned that they're related in some way, because
but you'll never see it.
Because the producer, was it the producer? I know Feige said that there was a weird interaction between Feige and the person that was creating the Venom movie. And she was like, oh yeah, it's totally part of the MCU. And he was like,
How?
He's like, I don't know about that. So I don't know if they're, you know, Sony and MCU is meshing very well with that aspect, and I don't know. But I don't know if it matters. If you have a good movie, I don't know if it matters. I don't know if it really is a big deal. Yeah. I mean, just give me a good Venom movie, give me good content, give me a good story, and I'm fine. Like, give me fucking Carnage in this next movie. Please, for the love of God, make this next movie with Carnage and this. Please be rated R, because it's fucking Carnage, man.
I don't know how this movie was not rated R.
I don't know how you have a Carnage movie next and not have it rated R. Because that's the whole point. I mean, the guy's a fucking serial killer. Like, that's, I mean, you need to see some carnage, you know. Anyway, so I love the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. Definitely with flaws, script flaws. I don't think it was like the best movie. I don't think it was on par with a lot of our MCU movies. But as a summer blockbuster, just to get some fun, you know, action, go see it. I recommend it.
It's good. Go see it. Have a drink while you watch it. I mean, not too heavy, but just enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Should be good. Sit back and watch it. You're going to get some laughs. You're going to get some intense moments. But other than that,
I was actually surprised a lot about, to be honest, about the comedic level. While you were talking about at the very beginning of this that it wasn't comedy, I was still surprised about how with the and mostly basically just the Eddie Brock and Venom moments that were very funny. And like even the fucking ending scene that you see in the trailer. You see it in the trailer. It's the scene that he's in the shop with the Asian shop, like supermarket. And he's like, I got a parasite and stuff. And spoilers, he like saves her from kind of a unbeknownst, I guess, like attacker that
pushing on her.
You see at the beginning of the movie that he kind of is like, oh shit, I don't want to handle this. And now that he has Venom, he's like, we're gonna take care of this shit. So I thought that, I mean, you know, in the fucking, like, you know, rolling down the street like a turd in the wind, like, and in the trailer I was just like, oh, that's stupid. And then I see it in the movie and I'm like, oh, that's fucking Venom's dope. I was like, I liked it a lot more after seeing the movie. So go see the movie. Venom is out now. It's Friday right now. We're going to be posting this as soon as possible, so I'm not sure when you'll see this, but go see the movie. Let us know in the comments below. Leave us any feedback you have. Let us know what you guys thought. Go see the movie, check it out, watch our video, and let us know what you know, if you agree with us, if you don't agree with us. Keep the comments civil if possible. We'd appreciate that. We're wanting this content to, you know, enrich all of us. So whatever makes, you know, you guys better and whatever makes the content for you guys better is going to be the best thing for everyone. So thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys. We're going to have, again, weekly content coming out. This is a trailer breakdown, or not trailer breakdown. This is a movie breakdown, and we'll try to do that as often as possible. What's our next movie?
Aquaman, I think.
Aquaman. So next time, we'll probably see you for a movie review. Is going to be Aquaman. When that comes out, we'll have a similar thing to this, but we'll still have our weekly content coming out. To break down the news, break down anything that's coming out during the week.
We're gonna be breaking down, I'm sure, Daredevil season 3 before.
We have a lot. You had posted a lot of stuff coming out. Titans has some more information. Daredevil has some more. Oh, Daredevil, yeah. I just watched the trailer that you just sent me. even though we kind of broke down the trailer already, there's a new trailer that's already out. So we'll get some more information. What was the other, like, you sent me something else that was pretty interesting. Oh yeah, the Mandalorian. So I definitely want to, being a Star Wars nerd, we're definitely going to be looking into that. The Mandalorian TV show with Jon Favreau as director and creator, it had just come out. So they got some first look at the screenshots of that show. So we're going to be breaking that down for you guys as well. So
that's it. I got nothing else, man.
Nothing else? All right.
Good night, good day, depending on when you're watching it. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys real soon on the next video. See you later. Bye.